Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Miguel. Welcome
Morning.
back. How you feel after your bout with COVID?
I'm still coughing a little bit and dealing with it, but overall, it was okay. Wouldn't recommend it to anyone, especially it looks like I got the Delta variant. But it was pretty quick. I'd say after 3-4 days, you start to feel human again.
Okay, good. So happy to have you back. All right, so September 30, today's last day of the quarter, last day of the month, last day of the Q3. So in a few weeks, we will start having some data. We'll look into that. Here's the thing that, we've been looking at this, bonds going, yields going up on the bonds or whatever. And here's a chart that, kind of interesting, which is, this is the dollar yen, so the dollar is at 112, the yen is at 112, and actually the same is for the euro, is what 115, and the pound 134. The euro came all the way from 117.18 to 115, and the pound to 137.38 to 134. So big rally on the dollar, but it's interesting because when you have panic, the other one that also usually rallies is the yen, which is not the case here. So again, in a way, it kind of makes sense. The yields are higher, so the dollar is higher. But remember, when there is panic or there is worries, it's kind of a little bit of the opposite. The dollar rallies, the yen also rallies, and the bonds rally. So it's a little bit of not everything firing in the same sync. I don't know what you think, Miguel.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the perfect conditions to have that kind of discoordination in the markets, right? Because there's a lot of pressure coming in from central bank movement with rates, and then there's a lot of preoccupation with inflation and growth. So yeah, it makes sense to see kind of that disjointedness. Now, would you expect the Swiss franc also?
Let's see, what is this? See, let me check. That's a very good point, because the Swiss franc is the other super currency.
Yeah.
Let me see here. The Swiss also is going down. It went from 91 cents per dollar. So every dollar is 91 cents. Now every dollar is 93 cents. So the Swiss franc also went down. So the dollar is kind of really hitting on everybody. That's interesting, because usually, as you say, the Swiss and the yen move in tandem with the dollar when there is fear, not the euro and the pound. But now it looks like the dollar is taking everybody, which is not quite what usually happens when the people are worried. Give me 1 second, Miguel. I'm trying to figure it out. I have this chart which is very good, and I kind of lost it. Because there was a very good story on one of my favorite names, which is, here it is.
Because I was also going to ask you about Elizabeth Warren and calling Jerome Powell dangerous.
Say it again.
Did you hear about Elizabeth Warren calling Jerome Powell dangerous?
Oh yeah, that was such a grandstanding by these people. I mean, it's just kind of, I don't know. What's funny? Yesterday I had a message. Let's go back. I got what I wanted. Yesterday I got a message from one of our clients that one of his clients, an old lady, called all very worried because she heard that the United States might default.
Yeah.
This is so irresponsible. They've been talking about that. It would never ever happen. But these people are grandstanding on this. Oh, you're a dangerous person. We're not going to do it. I think it's stupid, honestly. Anyway,
the media takes it out for a spin every time.
That's my point. And then people get scared. I mean, just what's the point? All right. So it's irresponsible. Here it is. This is Zoom. That's the one I was looking for.
It's flipped.
Look at that's the revenues of Zoom. This is the typical case of the killer app and the first mover advantage. There's not first mover because there was a lot of people in that business. But this guy, the guy of Zoom who was at WebEx, says, listen, there's things that needs to get improved. the guys at Cisco who owns WebEx, they say, we don't need it. It's working pretty well. And look what happened. I think this is game over for everybody else. This is the play. It's going to be very, very difficult to get that stuff. So I don't know if you have any comments on Zoom there, Neil.
Just the same as usual. It's just that it just blows me away how they came in on a market where everyone was asleep and they took over. They invaded overnight, like Genghis Khan,
exactly,
across Asia.
Yep.
And the question is, can they keep it up? Can they diversify the product? Can they upsell customers on more services? And quite frankly, they've succeeded with us. So I think that they can. And so far the product is spectacular. The question is,
we had a webinar yesterday, which again with Carlos Alfaro, highly recommended to see it. Talking about China, we have over 70 people, and it worked perfect. Super streamlined. All right. Big noise on emerging markets. On the energy markets in Europe. There is some issues with gas supplies, not gasoline, gas. I was looking at Brent this morning and WTI. Now they're very quiet, but there is a lot of supply problems. I don't know what you've seen that.
Well, that's what I've been hearing from energy, oil and gas research that I've been reading lately, is that there's a lot of supply concerns going into this next winter for some reason. I don't understand completely why the kind of systematic concern that the entire industry is going to be constrained. There's comments about a very cold winter. There's comments about the supply chain problems that we're already having, kind of compounding and becoming exacerbated under those conditions. But that's it. I mean, just kind of the continuation of supply chain problems and in a potentially devious winter, and that's why people are concerned.
Yeah, that's the thing. All right, that's all we have. Have a great day. We'll connect at the close.
Yeah.